Hi everyone, my name is Kari. I'm with Tastings Wine Shop, and this is Michael with Barrique. He's going to be our rep tonight. With everything going on and the closures, we decided to move our tasting nights to a virtual format, and we're still really excited and very happy to be pouring these awesome wines for you tonight. We're featuring old vine wines, and Michael is here to tell us exactly why we love them. I love them. I know you love them.
So many do.
Yeah, absolutely, and so do Lisa and Sarah. So we're gonna learn why we love them. So yeah, we're gonna go ahead and get started with the first wine.
So first off, this is all new to us, virtual. So it's a first for me at least, and I'm excited to be the first at tastings. It's kind of a little bit different, but I hope that this video finds you all well and healthy, and that you'll enjoy it as much as we are. So we decided to go with old vine wines tonight, and old vines are just very unique in the fact that basically you get the best of the best. Think of like a plant as it gets older, just like we do. It might not produce as much, but what it produces is just absolutely delicious. So we are happy to have 4 different wines here tonight from different areas. And we'll be starting with a wine from South Africa, the Badenhortst Secateurs Chenin Blanc.
So excited.
Yeah, it's always a fantastic wine. And this one is actually made by 2 cousins coming from the Swartland region, which is western portion of South Africa and a little bit more inland. Those are vines that are about 80-year-old. It's a little bit higher elevation, kind of rolling hills, and it's all dry farmed as well, so it's very unique. And the 2 cousins decided that even in this day and age where everybody is trying to get more recognized varietals and ripping out old vines, especially in South Africa, and replacing them with Chardonnay and Cabernet, things that people can relate to, they decided to keep those vines because they said, they're 80-plus-year-old, and they're just producing fantastic wines. Why should we rip them out? So without further ado, I think we should kind of try it.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm ready to drink, so I love to.
That's a wine that I've always enjoyed. It's always been just spot on, and I've always been a big fan of South African wines. So this is awesome.
It smells beautiful.
It's got a really nice bouquet. It kind of jumps out of the glass as a little bit of a citrus / tropical.
It smells a little oily to me too.
A little bit. It's
So,
got
like,
a little
pleasant.
bit of viscosity.
Yeah. Yep.
Smells like it would have a little bit more body to
Yeah.
it. So.
Yeah, you get that right away.
And I apologize, but I'm not gonna spit it. I'm gonna drink this, okay?
Yeah. Yeah, that's beautiful. It has body.
It does.
You can smell it and you can
And
feel
the
it.
way we have it now is actually not too cold, and so it actually kind of does just round it up a little bit. It's definitely like a fantastic wine to go with food because it's not abrasive. It's got nice notes of citrus, a really good acidity,
a little honey
and
too.
a little bit of honey,
Yeah.
like honeysuckles, and that weight in the mouth is just fantastic, I think. So, little piece of history there.
I guess we
Like
have to drink it all? Oh.
Year old.
Ha!
I'm keeping mine.
Well, I would. Actually, I'm going to from now on.
Yeah, you
that's
have
a
it.
good call. Yeah, I'm going to.
So yeah, absolutely delicious. On a side note, sécateur is a French term for the pruning shears. You learned something too tonight. So.
I learn something every day.
Wine number 2. We're going to California, to Lodi, and we'll be drinking a Zinfandel made by Klinkerbrick called the Old Ghost. With a name like that, you kind of assume that it's going to be old vines. It's actually extremely old vines. If you go to their website, they'll actually say that old vines are considered about like 50-year-old or so, or over. This particular vineyard, it's a single vineyard, and it was planted in 1916. So you do the math. I believe this is the 16th vintage, so that was the 100th year of that vineyard. So
That's awesome.
pretty cool.
Yeah, I love Lodi Zin also. So yeah.
I think that if there is one grape that Lodi is famous for, is their
it's
Zin,
their Zin.
rightfully
It's
so.
awesome.
This is their flagship wine. That's kind of the one that they make the least of. It's about 5,000 cases. I mean,
Awesome.
One of the ones they make the least of, 5,000 cases. Obviously, those vines don't produce a whole lot, but what they produce is just fantastic.
It smells big already.
It's a big
Right
one.
up
It's a
front.
big Zin.
Yep. It smells like Lodi.
And the name Old Ghost also comes from the fact that that vineyard sits a little bit into like a lower valley, and so very often you see fog in that area. And the story I was told is that the owner of the vineyard and the winery one day was kind of checking on the vineyards early in the morning, and it was very foggy, and in the distance he saw something, and when he came back to the property he said, I think I saw a ghost. And so later on they went back to check it out, and it turns out it was actually these old gnarly vines that were kind of just coming out of the fog.
Oh, that's so cool.
So that's how the
hilarious.
name Old Ghost came about.
I love it. Some
Big,
spookiness
juicy,
for
and
your
yeah,
season.
yeah.
Yeah.
It's not Halloween, but
Yeah.
hey, you could always think about
Yeah.
that later. So
I love all things spooky, so yeah, this is
you'll
awesome.
probably like
wine.
that
It's killer.
spider on the next wine too. So this is like very juicy on the nose, and you can tell it's going to be big and full-bodied. It's ripe. It's got a little bit higher alcohol, of course, being Zinfandel in California. But I think the alcohol usually kind of like very well integrates with the fruit and the body of the wine. This is quite a bit of oak exposure too, so it just softens it up and all puts it back together.
I feel like this wine is a wine that you could take to a party, and I can't see anybody not enjoying this bottle.
Exactly.
Yeah, this is definitely a crowd-pleasing bottle. Comes with a cool story, and Lodi's in, everybody knows. Maybe not everybody, but you know now tonight that Lodi makes awesome Zinfandel.
That to me is like quintessential Lodi Zin. I mean, it's just fantastic.
Yeah.
So
It's a big boy too, so if you like big
and
wines.
it's a big bottle too, so make sure that you come prepared.
Very cool. So what do we have next, Michael?
Next, we're going to Portugal, and this is the Quinto do Crasto. So not only is it made out of old vines, they're roughly about 75-year-old vines. It is also family-owned and operated, and has been for several generations. In fact, the winery started in the 1600s. They have records of like the winery started in like the 1651, 1656. So it has a little bit of history.
Yeah.
This is the Reserva old vine, coming from like the best vineyards, and combined the grapes are 75 years old as
Awesome.
an average. So
Yeah.
classic Portuguese blend.
I
And,
love Portugal.
And those wines are fantastic. I mean, when you think of the Douro region, which is where this comes from, it is very steep. You get the Douro River, and then basically the slopes are all planted, but it's extremely steep, just kind of like Mosel would be in Germany. And so everything has to be done by hand for the most part. So it's a labor of love, and it's a lot of dedication on the grower and the wineries side of things, especially when you're looking at vineyards that probably don't produce as much. So they could very easily be ripped out and replanted and produce more. But why do that when you have wines that have just a lot more character and just a lot more story behind it, and just more flavor?
So is this a hodgepodge blend of varietals?
Classic blend, so it's got all Portuguese grapes,
Okay,
which
cool. All the
nobody
weird-
will remember.
Yeah,
So
all
I could
the
try to
weird
rattle
names,
them off,
yeah.
but nobody will
Yeah.
remember them.
Well, awesome.
And it's smaller quantity as well, and it's usually gets some extremely good price, very favorable price. It's not unusual to get 93, 94 points for these wines, so just something very special for sure. And still with black. I mean, you can
wine.
tell this wine has like acidity, minerality,
Yeah.
some spice.
It has
I mean,
everything
just by
I love.
smelling it all of a sudden, it's just in your nose. It's like, whoa,
Yeah.
this is just amazing.
This is an awesome bottle.
And I don't know
And it's beautiful. I know you guys can't
I don't
see this,
know
but
how long
seriously,
this has been open, but
this
it'll
is
just keep
beautiful.
moving around too. And these wines actually last for quite a bit as well. So you can buy a bottle, you can buy two, drink one tonight, and then put another one aside for like 5 years, 10 years from now,
Awesome.
and kind of remember this.
Anniversaries, parties.
Remember the coronavirus 10 years later, and be like, oh wow.
Yeah, no kidding.
And then you can look at me in 10 years and be like, oh, he's aged pretty well too. Dang, what's his secret?
Well, now
Wine.
I gotta get a couple bottles.
Wine is it.
Yeah, this has everything I look for. Yep, it hits all those points. There's spiciness, there's acidity, there's still some fruit on there, minerality, and just a hodgepodge of cool grapes.
And to me, it's got like this notion of terroir. I mean, there's something unique about it.
Yep.
And there's that core of acidity and minerality that just shines through. and it makes it just very unique and very kind of proper to that particular area.
Agreed. This is a cool one. They're all cool.
Mm.
But I really like this one.
Mm-mm. Well, unfortunately, it's the last wine for the evening.
Oh,
And,
no.
well, now, we're going to the last one
Oh,
now.
yeah, we're moving on. Sorry.
Yeah. So we're going to the Izarbe Tempranillo, which is a Reserva. So that's a Spanish wine. It's from the Rioja region. It is coming from Rioja Alta, which is Alavesa, sorry, which is the Basque country. And it is made by a Basque family called the Chavarri family. So this is all their vineyards. These, what goes in the Izarbe is basically the old vines. They also have another label called Alchago, which is the younger vines. But Izarbe, which means under the stars, is basically all their old vines. So you're looking at like 80, 85-year-old vines on that. 100% Tempranillo, all estate grown. Of course, a blend of French and American oak, about 18 months in oak, and then another 18 months in bottle prior to release. So very,
And that's the
very
law,
unique.
right?
That's the law, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, the law is a little bit different, but I think they go above and beyond the law.
Oh, okay, awesome.
And so this wine is always fantastic, and we've carried these wines for several years now, and we just absolutely love them. Every time I open a bottle, it
Yeah.
just puts a smile on my face.
This is a
So
shop favorite. All
Yeah,
of us
it
ladies
is.
love this wine.
So it is just a fantastic bottle of wine, and just truly like a
Yeah.
great example then again of what Rioja wines should be.
Also an 09, and like still look at that color
Mhm.
and like the price point for this bottle for an 09. I have
Exactly.
a bottle, and when my friends come over, I'm like, look, I have a 2009, and they think I spent a fortune on this aged wine.
You know, that's you probably heard me make that comment before, but I just don't know how Spain does it. You know how they can make a living. You're looking at producing the wine and then shipping it, paying taxes, paying you know, distributors, freight, shipping. You're looking at distributors getting a cut, shops getting a cut. I mean, everybody has to make a living, and you're looking at a bottle that's just absolutely affordable for being, you know, what is it, like 11 years old now?
Yeah,
Just
super
amazing.
cool. Yeah, it's
So-
impressive, and like I said, this is a shop favorite for sure. We're glass pouring it. We were glass pouring it, but now we want to offer it to you for a bottle sale. And speaking of bottle sales, so we're featuring all of these wines Friday and Saturday. If you buy all four and you taste with us, you're going to get 15% off. If you buy per bottle, so just individual bottle, you get 10% off, so still a killer deal. And again, Friday and Saturday are the days that you want to come in and pick up those bottles. Yeah.
And then you'll get to see me from a distance.
Yeah.
So, you know,
Yeah.
and at least we'll be safe.
Yeah, so come on in and buy your bottles. You don't have to drink bad wine. You can still buy good wine here at Tastings. Anyway, do I get some wine in your glass and we can cheers?
Sounds great, yeah.
Yeah.
I'll go back with that one because that's
Perfect.
what's in right now.
Awesome.
And then, you know, in the good old words of Ron Burgundy, keep it classy,
Yeah.
bitchy.
Cheers.
Cheers.